Good evening everyone and welcome to another episode of Northern Pig. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful, delicious vegan curry using all these fresh ingredients that you see in front of you. Stay tuned. First thing, we're going to be using the cauliflower. This is going to sort of our meat replacements. Instead of using chicken or lamb, we're going to use this instead. Get the oven on, about 200-220 degrees. What we're going to want to do is put this in the oven in a really high heat. It's going to get the nice bit of char on the outside, a nice bit of texture. Going to add some spices to this and then keep it there for about 25-30 minutes. Take your cauliflower, run your knife around the inside and start cutting these chunks off. You need some rough, decent sized chunks. You don't have to be too clean with this. Need a clacker. Boom! Okay, we've chopped up all the cauliflower. A little bit of a drizzle of olive oil. I would normally use butter, but it's vegan, so we can't. You're going to want to season this quite well. So a nice bit of salt is going to go in there. Some pepper. A little bit of paprika. It is going to give it a slight smoked flavour. It's going to colour it as well. And you get a nice little bit of subtle heat in the dish as well. And then these, there we go. Black onion seeds. So put a load of these on. These are going to give these a nice bit of crunch when you're biting down into it. And then, I haven't labelled them. Garam masala, we need about a tablespoon or so of that. And then I think this is coriander. We'll put about half a tablespoon in there as well. And then again, a little bit of olive oil. A little bit of olive oil. Use your hands, get it all mashed up, well easy. That's going to go straight to the oven, about 200, 220. Once you got a nice little bit of char, it should take 20-25 minutes. Now because we're not using any kind of meat, we don't even have to wash the chopping board. That is laziness at its finest. Bottom of the pan, a little bit of olive oil instead of the butter we normally use. Take about an inch cube of ginger. And you're just going to want to get some nice big slices. And then just roughly, this is called julienne. So you get these little thin strips and just stick it straight at the bottom. Do the same with a red chilli. So a few slices. And just stick it straight at the bottom. And to that we're going to add some garlic as well. So you can take your garlic, smash it with the back of your hand, and then just roughly chop it and stick it straight in the pan with the chilli and the ginger. I even got a countdown, that's quite nice. Okay, we've got the garlic, chilli, ginger in the bottom of the pan with some olive oil. Back hob, put some heat on. It's just going to flavour that olive oil now, and then whilst that starts to cook, and we'll get some beautiful fragrances just go sort of all aromas go around the kitchen. We're going to start putting the peppers and the onions that are going to form the base gravy for this beautiful curry. Exactly the same that we did with the garlic. We're going to take some beautiful peppers and onions, going to roughly chop these, get some nice big chunks out, and then stick it straight into the pan with the garlic, chilli and ginger. I'm going to leave those till we start getting a little bit crisp and burnt edges to them. Beautiful. So we're going to make some onion bahjis. First thing, take some plain flour or gram flour, chat flour, whatever you've got. Take a little bit, about 200 grams. And then we're going to add a little bit of cumin, about a teaspoon. Just give me a second. Garam masala. A little bit of garam masala as well in there. A little bit of ground coriander. And the turmeric. Now the turmeric's going to give it a bit more of an earthy quality, but what it also will do is colour the onion bahjis as well, a nice rich colour, and a little bit of paprika in there. We're going to pour some water in and then you're just going to keep mixing it until it gets to a nice thick consistency, and chuck some fresh red onions in there and make some beautiful bahjis. Amazing. It's lovely. Next part of the video, we're going to start adding some lovely little ingredients now, because the batter's already done here. So we're going to start adding little bits of tinned tomatoes. We have hit a dilemma, unfortunately. We can't get in the tomato tins. It has broken. We will be back. Okay, whilst we're still waiting for the tomato tins to be opened, if you do want to follow me on Instagram, if you do want to follow me on no, just Instagram. I only have Instagram. Instagram and Facebook. Give us a follow, like, subscribe, all the usuals. Thank you. Hey, lovely. We have just opened up the tins of tomatoes. They were so easy to open with this lovely piece of metal. 2 tin tomatoes straight in. And then to that as well, fill up these with about a cupful of water, chuck it in, give it a little mix. Bob. We're going to add some vegetable stock cubes, not chicken like I normally would. Crumble those up with your hands. Stick those straight in, and then tomato puree as well. About a tablespoon, and just crank the heat up a little bit, and that's going to sit in the back for about 10 or 15 minutes before we add some spices. Lovely. Okay. So that pan at the back has been boiling for about 15 minutes now. I've got some hot oil on, ready for the onion barges as well. Just want to let that get the temperature. In the meantime, I'm going to stick a little bit of garam masala, some ground coriander in there, and then I'm going to chuck in a little bit of chili powder as well. Temperature now. So if you want to come in a little bit, take a little sort of golf ball size, smush it up in your hand, and then drop that just at one side of the frying pan. We're going to add to this curry mix at the back now, this beautiful little mix. I wish you could smell that. There is 2 bulbs of garlic in here, 2 chilies, about an inch of ginger, there's a little bit of olive oil, some mango chutney as well, and then some water. Blitz all this up, and we're going to start adding it to this curry mix at the back. Come on, have a look. We're rewinding? Woo! We're back. Okay. Last thing we're going to do is go make some poppadoms. You can buy these discs, and all we're going to do, break them up a little bit into little tiny chunks. And we're going to cut these and then just put them on top. They look nice for decoration, but you can use them as like little bowls to scoop all that flavour up in. Come and watch this. This will happen very quickly. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! We are rolling. Let's plate this beautiful dish up. So it's sat on the back here for about another 45 minutes, an hour with that garlic sauce that I showed you earlier on. So curry sauce in the middle. Take some of these beautiful chunks of this charred cauliflower, dress those just like that. And those beautiful onion barges, we're going to stick one of those on the side here as well. I'm going to put a little bit of fresh red chilies in here. That coriander is going to really add freshness to the dish. And then just take a couple of these and put those dotted about everywhere. Beautiful.